It's Ash from SuperVideos back for another live stream Q&A video. This is going to be Q&A number 99. I have something special planned for 100 for the next Q&A, but for now this is Q&A number 99. As always, we're going to be discussing pretty much the next episode that's going to come up for Fear the Walking Dead, but also anything in the Walking Dead universe in terms of season 9 and also the comic book. So with all of that out of the way, I'll wait a few more seconds for more people to show up, and then we'll jump right into the questions. I see Giuseppe De Rosa is already on. He says, "Hey Ash, hey, how are you doing? Glad you could join." So we'll just wait a few more minutes for people to show up here. I think one person left, but anyway, just gonna, there we go. Giuseppe De Rosa, how about a 24-hour live stream for the 100th live stream? LOL, just kidding. Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen, but I do want to do something special. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I do have a few things in mind, but I don't know if it's realistic or if it's gonna work, but I are on. But with that said, I'll try to do a longer Q&A if I'm not doing any other special type of thing for the next Q&A. So I'll at least do like a longer Q&A. Leon Nordbrus, are you excited for season 9? Very excited. Of course, the recent news about Andrew Lincoln leaving, not recent news, it's been a while that we've known, but the news about Andrew Lincoln leaving has hurt Maggie and also maybe Danai Guerrera as Michonne. So there's a lot of things going on in The Walking Dead season 9 that do get me a little scared for what's going to happen. But I am excited, especially for seeing just the new beginning play out, and also, you know, the conversations with Rick and Negan, and definitely the new threat that's going to be coming up in season 9 with the introduction of the new villains, the Whisperers. So yeah, definitely very excited for season 9. I would have been more excited. Yeah, that makes sense. I would have been more excited if, you know, we didn't at least hear the news or it didn't come out, because then there would have been that shock factor in terms of Rick Grimes goes. But yeah, overall, I am excited. And there's still something about Rick leaving in season 9 that just doesn't sit well with me. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the way they just flat out told us. Maybe it's the fact that they're advertising it this much, but something is there that I can't quite put my finger on that's getting me to be suspicious about this whole Rick is dying or leaving thing. Leon Nordbrus, what do you think about the news of that The Walking Dead will go for 10 more seasons? They've been saying that for a while. We know it's going to go on for a long, long time. Walking Dead will never die. But the thing is, it's not going to be what it used to be. It's already not what it used to be. So as time goes on, it's going to transform. Maybe for the better, maybe for the worse. But it's going to transform. So it's not... I didn't hear that news, but it doesn't shock me that they would say that, because they've kind of been saying something like that previously as well. But also, Walking Dead's never gonna die, right? But like I said, it's not gonna be the same thing. It's gonna transform, and like I said, it might be for the better, it might be for the worst. But Walking Dead will always be there in some shape or form, for sure. Epic Zombie Killer, Q&A, hey Ash, is it possible for AMC to keep the main show on? It's possible, but I don't think they can retain the views or the number of people watching or being excited to watch live. But I do think that they could potentially go for 2 more seasons 9 and 10. And then after that, it's going to be difficult if, you know, Rick is not there and they're not doing anything to shake things up and make things exciting and make the show exciting and interesting again. You know what I mean? Leon Nordbrewers, how would you handle Rick's departure? If I had to choose between him dying and him leaving, I would definitely choose him dying. One, because, or at least if I'm choosing him just leaving, I would do it in a fashion where it's not open-ended, where we know exactly what's happening, where he's going, and potentially when he's going to come back, but it's not like, there goes Rick, but we don't know if he's going to come back or not. I don't think that's a good idea. So if it was me, I would probably either do that, not leave it open-ended, and say exactly where he is going if he's leaving. So basically have a storyline for his departure and more or less a story for when and why he's going to come back. And also, if not that, I'll just basically have his death. I think that's a better way to do it. Because the departure and not making it open-ended, like I said, is a little tough to handle. So I would pretty much go with the way of killing him off. And the best way to do that would be to give him an epic death where he saves a whole lot of people and his death actually means something. Carl's death didn't really mean anything. Of course, they did kind of bring together the Negan stuff with it, but I don't think it was justified. So I want the death to be not only justified, but epic, and also for it to mean something very big and not be just for the next storyline. You know what I mean? I want it to be a long-term thing. I hope that makes sense. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, do you think Fear the Walking Dead Season 4 is a disappointment? Because I do. I think it's way, way better than the previous two seasons, Season 3 and 2. But I think they could do a lot more. They could do a lot more and a lot better, in my opinion. But whether it's a disappointment, no, it's not a disappointment. It's way better than the previous two seasons, but it's not as exciting as it should be for us. Giuseppe De Rosa, Game of Thrones killed off their main character. I don't watch Game of Thrones, so yeah, that's too bad. I wanted to watch it, but when I, got into watching more shows, it was like 6 seasons already of Game of Thrones, and it was almost ending at that time. That's what I knew. I don't know if it's changed, but that's why I'm like, there's no point in watching the show anymore. I'll watch later on in a few years. But now I'll watch something that I can actually get into and continually watch. Leon Nordbrewers, it would be a lot better if Carl was still around. It would have been 100% better. For one, they wouldn't need to remix a lot of the new storyline that's going to be coming up. But also, we would have had a replacement for Rick, potentially, in the future. Way in the future. Giuseppe De Rosa, which season is the best of The Walking Dead? Well, I can tell you what my favorite season is. My favorite season would have to be season 5 and 6. So season 6 would be first, and then season 5. I absolutely loved what they did with No Way Out, most of it, and also absolutely loved how they handled the threat of the Saviors. Of course, the cliffhanger at the end of season 6 ruined it a little bit, but overall, if we look at the entire story arc of the did I say Whisperers? Sorry, I meant the Saviors. I might have messed that. Saviors, the introduction of the Saviors. If you look at overall how they played that was extremely well done. And merging that with the threat of the walkers and the zombies in No Way Out, they handled that perfectly. So season 6 would be my favorite season. And then season 5 with, everything going on at Alexandria and new big community, and also getting to kind of detach from that survival mode to a to an integration to society type of thing was very exciting to see. It was a new thing to see. So season 6 and 5 would be my favorite seasons. Leon Nurburus, do you think there will be a second time jump? Yeah, I think that's been confirmed. And there's a lot of hints to it. One hint that I can think of immediately is Father Gabriel. In a few shots that you see in the trailer and teasers, Father Gabriel has a clean look. He doesn't have any beards. But then if you look at other shots of him, he has a beard and it's gray. So that's a big hint that we're going to see that time jump, the second time jump. We're going to see one time jump right away, but then we're going to see another time jump probably close to the mid-season finale for the second time jump. Epic Zombie Killer, Q&A, hey Ash, do you think we'll ever find out what caused the apocalypse? I don't think so. I mean, Robert Kirkman has come out and said that he's not going to do that. He's not interested in that. So, Robert Kirkman's not going to do it. If anything, it would have to be a spin-off if they want to do it. But in the original show, I don't think it's going to happen. And on Fear, it's way too late for that. So, if anything, maybe a spin-off if they want to do something like that. Giuseppe De Rosa, would you put Season 4 at 3rd place? Absolutely right. Season 6, 5, and yeah, you're right. Well, yeah. Yeah, I've noticed, but then some themes are kind of similar. Like if you think about it, the theme that they had going on for the governor story arc, for the big battle with the governor, was it Season 4? That had second half of Season 4. That had no, was it second half? I don't remember. I think Season 4. That had a similar kind of vibe, the trailer and the theme, to the theme and the trailer that we got for Season 8. So, yeah, I would say they are different, but there are some similarities. Depending on the type of story. Like, if it's a war type of story, it's going to have a similar theme. If it's a zombie type of story, it's going to have a similar theme. Giuseppe De Rosa, what do you got to say that AMC saying there's going to be another 10 years of The Walking Dead? I think we already covered that. Oh, we said 10 more seasons before. But it's the same concept. 10 more years, 10 more seasons, it's the same thing. It's going to be transformed. It's, like I said, maybe for the better, maybe for the worse. Leon Nurburus, do you think the characters of Fear will go to The Walking Dead to end Fear? If they do that, that would be a disappointment for what Fear is, but maybe we will see something like that. Maybe not all of the characters, but maybe a few of them. Yes, I do think we will see something like that. But that doesn't mean that it's gonna... Okay, here's the thing. If they don't want to end Fear, they might do something where a few characters or one or two characters go to The Walking Dead and come back later on. Same with Morgan. He went to Fear and he's coming back. So they might be doing the same thing with a Fear character. Giuseppe De Rosa, All Out War, Rick versus the Governor. Woodbury didn't really have anything, so... And Alexandria has a lot more fighters. So, if we were looking at fighting and battle mode, Governor has no chance. Woodbury has no chance. And we fighters with them. Same with Alexandria. Even though Alexandria has a lot more civilians at this point than, the prison had with Woodbury versus Woodbury, but it's still, Alexandria has a lot of fighters as well. Epic Zombie Killer, Q&A hash, do you feel the Whisperer start with strong, and will Gabriel live for? If he lives past Season 9, then he's going to live for a little bit, I think. But I have my suspicions that Season 9 will be his end. That he'll die this season, I think. Giuseppe De Rosa, everyone from Woodbury is dead. Exactly, that's what I mean. None of them were fighters. They didn't know how to fight. They didn't know how to handle a threat. So, yeah. Giuseppe, or Leon Nurburus, do you think they make Judith another version of Clementine? I don't exactly know, what the character is. I know that's a character from the game, but I didn't play the game. So I don't know what type of character she is, but they could do something like that. But at the same time, I think that they shouldn't mix and merge things. I think they should keep characters separate. Just because Clementine is a maybe cool character or a badass character doesn't mean that they have to make a character from the show like her. They don't need to do that. They have to make characters distinct, unique, and interesting for themselves. Giuseppe De Rosa, I feel like they're going to chill with the killing. They might, but with the story coming up in season 9, specifically at the start, they may need to not chill. You know what I mean? If they're going with the comics material. I don't want to reveal too much, but yeah, with the new threat, and if they follow it directly, they're not going to chill. That's all I'm going to say. Epic Zombie Killer, Q&A Hash. Who do you think, or who do you see getting Gabriel's comic death? That's an interesting one. They could give it to anyone, really. It's not something that has to be drastically changed if it's given to someone else. So they could give it to anyone. But who do I want them to give it to? They could give it to, I don't know, maybe someone that we have some sort of connection to, because then it hits us harder. So I think at least, as long as they do that, it's going to have the same impact. Leon Duperes, I think Rosita will survive her comic death and will have Andrea's death at the end of the Whisper War. Well, that wouldn't really work. Andrea and Rick had that connection, and that's what made Andrea's death so impactful in the comics. If they just give it to Rosita, it's not going to work. So I don't think that's going to work. But I do agree with you that they're not going to have her comic death. They're going to give it to someone else. I do agree with that. Epic Zombie Killer, Q&A Hash, how would Strand, Luciana, and Alicia handle the Alexandria safe zone? Strand will probably not trust them and try to be sneaky. That's all I'm going to say. Luciana will probably try to merge into the society that they've built in this new community. And Alicia will probably not trust them, but try to work with them. I hope that answer is good enough. Because, you know, you could really say anything because it hasn't happened. And they're not in that world. Not in that world, but they're not in that kind of mindset as the Alexandria safe zone people. You know what I mean? So it's a tough one to say. Because it depends on how you're looking at it and when this is going to happen. Like if, let's say, I don't know if I'm making sense. Let's say if right now those characters go to the Alexandria safe zone. That's how I feel they would react, like what I said. But if they happen to go into a new community like the Alexandria safe zone and integrate into the community like Rick and the survivors did, that would be a different type of thing. Giuseppe De Rosa, Rosita versus Carol. In terms of what? Who is more badass? Carol. Leon Nordbrus, it would be cool if Henry would become the new version of Carl with some stories. I think they are giving some parts of Carl's storyline to Henry, but not a lot of it. Giuseppe De Rosa, which season will be the last season? It's tough to say. It's not going to be season 9, because they would have probably advertised it as such. Season 10, potentially, but maybe not, because they want to milk it probably. as much as they can. So probably not season 10, maybe after that. Leon Nordbruh says season 20, yeah, maybe, if it goes for that long. Epic Zombie Killer, Q&A, hey Ash, since Carl is gone, who do you see getting the blacksmith story arc? I think maybe Henry. Maybe Henry for that story arc. That's a tough one. Maybe her. Maybe him. Maybe a new character even. Giuseppe De Rosa. Carol still hasn't spoken to Michonne. Yes, they haven't. Leon Nordbruh will be the last season. Season 20 will be the last season. Yeah. Maybe, like I said, if it goes for that long. Which I don't think it will. But if it goes for that long, yeah, probably. That would be a good ending point. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A, if the show ends soon, we should be grateful if at least got to season 10. I'll be satisfied. Yeah, I think if they're going to end it in the near future, season 10 will be perfect. But if they want to keep it and move it and push it, maybe season 20. And if they want to continue, we'll see. I don't think the quality will be as good in 10, 20 seasons. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the new showrunner will shake things up a little bit. Why did it get cold here all of a sudden? My window was open. That's why. Alright, back to the questions. Giuseppe De Rosa. That would be crazy remembering Rick at season 10 like a legend. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. But I don't think Rick is going to be in season 20 if he's going to die this season. Epic Zombie Killer plus more drama don't get 10 seasons. Most dramas, yeah, most dramas don't. That's true. And I don't think there's even any, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know if there's any other horror shows out there like Walking Dead. So it still doesn't really have any competition. Walking Dead, maybe. That other stupid show that has Z in it, I'm not counting that. That's not a real show. But if it had competition, maybe it'll be a better show. Maybe they would have maybe made it better and continually improved. But since it doesn't have that competition, that's why we're seeing a little bit of this kind of back and forth with the quality. Leon Nordbruh, I think Negan will be more important because of Rick's departure. Kind of. I think a lot of characters are going to be important when Rick goes. Negan being one of them. Giuseppe De Rosa, Walking Dead has no competition. Z Nation is a joke. Yeah, that's the show, Z Nation. I'm not even counting that as a real show, like I said. But yeah, there's really no competition. And like I said, maybe if there was a competition, the show would be a little better, to be honest. Not that it's bad, it's good. Some seasons better than others, some seasons worse than others. But maybe if there was competition, like I said, maybe it would improve things a little bit. Leon Nordbruh, how late is it in the US? I'm not in the US, I'm actually in Canada. And where I am, it's 4:07 p.m. right now. Epic Zombie Killer. Q&A, hey Ash, fun question. If the Titanic was in The Walking Dead, would it be able to save everyone? Well, not everyone, because it doesn't have that much room, but a lot of people, yeah. Giuseppe De Rosa, The Walking Dead is the most popular cable show. They do say that, but I don't know if that's true anymore. It used to be true, but I don't know if that's true anymore. Maybe I'm wrong. We are 29 minutes in. Since we are getting good questions, and you know there's a lot of good questions out there, I might push it for another couple minutes, but we'll see what happens. Speaking of, let's just talk about fear a little bit, since we're gonna get the episode in like a couple hours, the next episode. What do you guys think about the next episode? What do you think about the new chick, the one that's always dirty? What do you think of her? What do you think of how they're building the threat and how they've handled the story arc after Madison's death? Let's just talk about that a little bit. Leon Woodburst, do you think Maggie is going to forgive Negan? Probably not for a little bit. I don't think she will ever completely forgive Negan, but yeah, it's a tough one. I don't think she'll forgive him, ever. Giuseppe De Rosa, they need to kill that psychopath. Yeah, that girl is annoying as hell. And even for villains, she's annoying, and I don't like her. Negan was a villain. I liked him. This girl is a villain. I absolutely hate her. I want her dead right now. I don't even care about her story. I just want her dead because she's that annoying and weird. So it's the same thing. Let's just go back to The Walking Dead a little bit. She reminds me a lot of the wolves from the TV show. Remember them? She's kind of like them. A little weirder and more psychopathic. Psychopathic, is that even a word? But that's what she reminds me of. And even they were more relatable than her. Giuseppe De Rosa, Jadis is better. Jadis, 100% better. As much as I hated her dialogue and the whole scavengers dialogue, or the heapsters, whatever you want to call them, they were still more relatable and a little more interesting than this chick. Leon Nordboris, the story arc is going great for now, but for new characters, but some new characters are too short on the show, so we wouldn't care if one of them dies. Yeah, I absolutely agree. They killed all of the characters we cared about a lot. Nick, Travis, Madison. Boom, all of them gone. Now, let's say if Strand dies. Yeah, you'll feel bad, but it's not going to have the same impact. If Luciana dies, yeah, we'll feel bad, but it's not going to have the same impact. If Alicia dies, yeah, that's going to be another tough one, another big one. But that's it. And then, new characters, John. That's going to be devastating. That's the only character that they have built in this short amount of time so well that we have that connection, so if they kill him off, we'll be devastated. But I can't say the same thing about other characters. And, of course, Morgan, I don't even consider him a new character, because for TV show fans, or Walking Dead TV show fans, we have that connection with him already. So, he's not really a new character. So, yeah, I absolutely agree. They haven't kept they killed all the great not great, but they killed all of the characters that we felt close to and had that connection to. So we would feel bad if they died. At this point, there isn't that many of them left. Maybe just Alicia and a recent character, John. That's it. 100% agree with you. I was actually just watching the other day the reaction compilation from Skybound on the last, not the last episode, but the episode before of Fear the Walking Dead. And when this character was introduced, and remember, when she was introduced, but when she killed that guy. Remember that? Gwen? I was looking at everyone's reaction, and you could feel the hatred towards the character in the reactions. And I just thought that was great. And I feel the exact same thing, or exact same way as everybody else in that reaction compilation, and also the same as you. Giuseppe De Rosa, the Wolves were cool villains in my opinion. They were cool villains, they weren't handled very well. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A, I also don't like how she has at least SWAT truck, it's Althea, or Althea's SWAT truck, it's Althea's and belongs with her. Yeah, definitely. But I really want to see that SWAT truck in the world of The Walking Dead's original show. I know they're the same worlds, or it's in the same universe, but I want to see it in the other show for some reason. Imagine Rick driving it. That would be pretty cool. Never gonna happen probably, but that would be cool. Giuseppe De Rosa, fear was like Josh Smith's basketball career. I can't talk, sorry. Fear was like Josh Smith's basketball career. It was good at the beginning, then turned into trash, but I still watch, LOL. I don't know who that is, but I cannot see what you're saying. I agree. Leon Nordbrus, I think Morgan will be the lead in season 5. I think he's going back, isn't he? Giuseppe De Rosa, Morgan is carrying fear. More or less, yeah. I think fear is being carried by 3 characters. Morgan, Alicia, and John. Without these characters, there's no point watching Fear. Giuseppe De Rosa, in season 20, will Daryl be a bigger character than Rick by then? If Rick goes away, then yeah, but if... Oh, and they continually build Daryl into another type of badass character and evolve his character, then yeah, I could see that. Epic Zombie Killer. Q&A, it's just dumb. Why is she riding on the walkers and keeping them as pets? Just dumb. Yeah, she's a psychopath, that's why. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A, I feel Morgan will be on the DVD and Blu-ray cover for Fear the Walking Dead Season 4. Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be Madison and Morgan together. Leon Nordberg's Fear can't go further than Season 6. At this point, I do see that, yeah. Unless they do something drastic to improve things. Giuseppe De Rosa, imagine Rick shows up in season 20 and early shoots him. Wait, let me reread that. Imagine Rick shows up in season 20 and early shoots him and Eugene is like, did you know who... Or Daryl, I think, that's what you meant. Daryl shoots him and Eugene says, you know who that was? And Daryl is like, don't matter, not one bit. That would be weird. That would be weird. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A, I feel that SWAT truck can become a fan favorite vehicle. It's already a fan favorite vehicle. Think about it this way. There's some, not characters, but some things. Shiva from Walking Dead, the tiger, one of them. The SWAT truck in this being another one, that they're just so cool. And we love it so much that we're devastated if it goes away. You know what I mean? Or if they die, in case of Shiva. Can the God Gaming almost have 100 Q&A videos? You should make the next Q&A episode 100 minutes. Yeah, like I said, I was thinking of making the next one. We talked about it earlier on in the stream, actually. I was thinking about making it a special one. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll definitely make the next Q&A, which is going to be the 100th Q&A, a special Q&A. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Maybe, like you said, maybe I'll make it 100 minutes. Maybe... Actually, I do have an idea, but I want to think about it a bit more before I reveal it. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But I do want to make it a special one. Can the God Gaming, to be honest, I will still watch The Walking Dead because Carl and Rick weren't even my favorite characters. You have your own opinions. I'm still going to continue watching and see what happens, but not that Carl was my favorite character, but he was an important character. Rick is both an important character and my favorite character. Leon Nordbrus, I have to leave. Alright, thank you for joining. We're going to end the stream soon anyway, but thank you for joining. Giuseppe De Rosa, will Daryl now be the cover of The Walking Dead? On the covers of The Walking Dead. Maybe. I think they're going to rotate it. I don't think it's going to be one character. I don't think it's ever been just one character. I think they keep rotating it. Leon Newtbros, goodbye, goodbye. Glad you could join. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. I feel if they get rid of the SWAT truck, even more people will stop watching. There'll be a lot of people pissed. That's all I'm going to say. Epic Zombie Killer. Yeah, they put Negan on the cover for Season 7 DVD. Yeah, like I said, they kept rotating it based on who's relevant in that season. Giuseppe De Rosa, it's always been Rick on all of the covers except Season 7. I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. Yeah, but if that's the case, yeah, maybe they'll put Daryl on there. Giuseppe De Rosa, will Negan ever be the main character? Probably not. He's not that type of character. Not that he can't be a main character, but I don't think he's going to be accepted as the main character for a lot of people. Alright, we'll go for 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes of rapid Q&As, and that'll be at the end of the stream today. Of course, stay tuned for my reaction of Fear. As soon as the episode ends, I'll be editing my reaction and uploading it. So stay tuned for my reaction to Fear the Walking Dead tonight. And yeah, stay tuned for maybe a few more videos in the week. Maybe, maybe not. But definitely stay tuned for the next Q&A next Friday. It's going to be the 100th one. And it's going to be a special one. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I'll let you guys know maybe beforehand what we're going to do. But I'm going to try to make it a special one. Giuseppe De Rosa, please do a ranking of all the seasons. Yeah, we talked about that for a little bit. Season 6, Season 5, Season 4, Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, do you know how they made a giant Dale's RV that you can purchase? I didn't know they made that. You mean for the DVDs? Maybe. I think they may have made something like that for Season 2 or 3, was it? I don't know how you're going to purchase it. Maybe, obviously you can go to the store, online. Probably online would be a better option. I don't think it's in stores. Q&A, hey, do you think they'll do the same with the SWAT truck? That's coming from Epic Zombie Killer. Oh, you're saying that they made that with the Dale's RV, that they're going to do it with the SWAT truck? They could, definitely. I think that would be a smart move. Giuseppe De Rosa, imagine watching Season 1, then Season 8, LOL. That would feel weird for you. Because there's so much material in between that you'll feel lost. So if you haven't watched the seasons in the middle, you'll feel lost what the story is or what's happening. Epic Zombie Killer, it's a playset. Okay, yeah, the RV you mean, yeah. Giuseppe De Rosa, will Morgan ever die? Nope. He said, I don't die, right? I'm just kidding. Probably. Probably in The Walking Dead original. So he's going to come back and get killed there, probably. Or I hope that's what they do. Giuseppe De Rosa, imagine watching Season 1 and then Season 20. That would be weird too. Alright, 2 more minutes of rapid fire questions. Alright, seems like we're not getting any more questions, so that's probably the end of the stream. thank you everyone that joined and asked questions. I really appreciate it. And, thank you for all the support. Again, stay tuned for my reaction to Fear tonight. And also, later in the week, probably a quick video about what we're going to do for the 100th Q&A, how we're going to make it special. And yeah, from there we'll just continue doing what we've been doing. Q&As on Friday nights, reactions on Sunday nights, and other videos here and there throughout the week. That's it for this Q&A. Two more quick questions. Giuseppe knows, I imagine Season 20 had all new people. It probably will. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, so what has been the worst season of Fear the Walking Dead? Season 3. Alright, thank you everyone. I'll see you all next Friday night for the next live stream. Thank you. I'll see you next week. Okay, now I found the button to end the stream, so I'll see everyone next